Hello and welcome back, dear learners. So far, we have learned about the origin of the Russian language. We have also learned about the Russian alphabet and its structure. In the Russian alphabet, as we know that we have 33 letters, out of which we have 21 consonants and 10 vowels. Including these consonants and vowels, we have 2 signs in Russian alphabet. Comprising all these, we have 33 letters. We have also discussed about the vowels and consonants separately with a few examples, so that you will be able to understand them in a correct manner. Dear learners, while learning the basics of the Russian phonetics, we had talked about the consonants and vowels separately, as well as we have also made an attempt where we have combined these vowels and consonants together, so that you can identify these distinguished sounds. It is very important to pronounce the Russian words in a very correct and efficient manner. That is why during the entire lesson we have given a lot of new Russian words and expressions. Dear learners, we have also talked about in the vowels and consonants the devoicing of consonants along with a few examples. We have also talked about the verbs which play a very important role in the Russian language. In our previous lessons, we have talked about the personal pronouns like ya, ty, on, ana, ano, my, we and ani, as well as we have talked about the possessive pronouns like moi, tvoi, его, ее, nash, vash and ik. With the help of these personal pronouns and possessive pronouns, we are doing a lot of new Russian sentences and understanding them. Let us take a few examples. If we are conjugating any verb, we are using the personal pronouns as we just learned. Let us take an example, the verb работать. In this verb, when we are going to conjugate them, we are following the strict rule of conjugation. It is entirely depending upon the ending of the verb. The verbs which are ending in the and soft sign are conjugated accordingly. If we see that the first verb завтракать is used, we will conjugate it accordingly. Please pay attention to the pronunciation and conjugations. Я завтракаю, ты завтракаешь, он, она завтракает, мы завтракаем, вы завтракаете and они завтракают. Dear learners, according to this fundamental rule, all of the verbs which are ending in the and soft sign are conjugated likewise. And of course, since Russian language has its own exceptions, there are few verbs which are conjugated in a different manner. We will be learning about such verbs in a dedicated lessons. Let us learn a few more new verbs. Pech means to sing, смотреть means to see, болеть means to be ill. For the convenience and for better understanding, we have also introduced here a few texts. In these texts, you will find that there is a lot of vocabulary which is already known to you, since throughout the lessons which we taught are comprising of such words and expressions. Please pay attention to the words and expressions in the text. The title of the text is Познакомьтесь. Please follow the exact intonations and pronunciation when I am reading the text. Это мой друг Сергей. Он студент. Сергей любит спорт. Каждый день рано утром он играет в футбол. Вот его сестра Ира. Она красивая девушка. Ира хорошо знает английский язык. Here, in the first paragraph, if we pay attention to the verbs, we have любит, which is from любить. Он студент. Сергей любит спорт. Means he is a student. Sergey loves sport. The second verb which we have used here is играть. Please pay attention to the sentence. Каждый день рано утром он играет в футбол. So here the verb играть has been conjugated according to on. Every day, early in the morning, he plays football. Likewise, we have also used several such verbs which are being introduced to you in the same fashion. Look at the last sentence here. Ира хорошо знает английский язык. Here the verb is знать and accordingly it has been conjugated, which means Ира хорошо знает английский язык means Ira very well knows English language. So, according to the text, whenever we are using such words, expressions and verbs, we are translating them according to the context. There is an expression in Russian called doslovna, which means literal translation. So, accordingly, whenever we are translating a Russian text, we are using the technique, and sometimes when we translate the text, we use such words and expressions which are very accurate and up to the exact meaning of the expression. Let us read the second paragraph. А это его мама Галина Николаевна. Она физик. Утром она готовит завтрак. Here we have used verb готовить and accordingly it has been conjugated. Она готовит завтрак. Утром она готовит завтрак means in the morning she prepares the breakfast. Сергей и Галина Николаевна вместе завтракают. Here the verb завтракать has been used and accordingly it has been conjugated. Сергей и Галина Николаевна вместе завтракают. Sergey and Galina Nikolaevna together have their breakfast. Sergey любит пить молоко, а его мама любит фрукты. Sergey loves drinking milk and his mother loves fruits. So, here we have used verbs любить and пить. Любить means to love and пить means to drink. Dear learners, in the same fashion, you can also create your own text as well as you can use your existing knowledge of Russian, the words and expressions which you have learned in the previous lessons and make and create your own text. Let us learn a few more new Russian verbs. As we have already discussed about verbs, that these verbs are classified into two categories, perfective and imperfective. Whenever we are conjugating any verb, we follow the strict rule. You can learn the sequence of personal pronouns like given in the slide: я, ты, он, она, оно, мы, вы and они. And accordingly, like we conjugated the verb завтракать, you can conjugate. Let me give you a few more examples of verbs like играть and повторять. Please pay attention to the conjugations and pronunciations. The verb играть. Я играю, ты играешь, он, она играет, мы играем, вы играете, они играют. Повторять. Я повторяю, ты повторяешь, она повторяет, мы повторяем, вы повторяете, and они повторяют. Please remember the sequence and the pronunciations. There is a list of verbs which we will learn. These verbs are завтракать means to have breakfast, обедать means to have lunch, ужинать means to have dinner. We have a few more verbs like спрашивать means to ask, знать means to know, работать means to work, and отдыхать means to take rest. Now let's learn the gender of nouns. Like we have discussed earlier in the lessons that in Russian we have three genders: masculine, feminine and neuter, and accordingly all nouns have been classified. The fundamental rule applies is whenever any word or noun is ending with a hard consonant, it is of masculine gender. Likewise, if any word or a noun is ending with a, ya and iya, it is of feminine gender. And accordingly, whenever there is a noun or a word ending with o, ye and ea, it is of the neuter gender. Let me give you a few examples. Masculine gender words: dom, друг, брат, город, шкаф, магазин, журнал. Feminine gender words: работа, погода, дорога, бумага, ошибка, машина, студентка. Neuter gender words: окно, небо, лето, пальто, письмо, яблоко and радио. So here, if we pay attention to the endings, we can find out that in masculine gender words there are such words which are ending in a hard consonant. In feminine gender words they are ending with a, and in neuter gender words they are ending with o. Let's learn a few more such words. Masculine gender words: карандаш, костюм, ответ, вопрос, билет, студент, алфавит, аспирант. Feminine gender words: родина, бабушка, бумага, девушка, нога, аудитория, статья, India and Россия. Neuter gender words: облако, море, поле, горе, здание, упражнение and задание. Dear learners, here we have completed a list of such words of masculine gender, feminine gender and neuter gender. And as we have discussed earlier, you must please pay attention to the endings of such words and find out their genders. You can also use these words and expressions in your own sentences. You can make your sentences in a simple manner. You can make sentences such as the interrogative, affirmative and sentences of negation. I will give you an example. Let us take three words from masculine, feminine and neuter gender. Билет, which means a ticket. Это мой билет. Simple sentence. Это ваш билет. It is an interrogative sentence. Да, это мой билет. It is an affirmative sentence. And нет, это не мой билет. It is a negative sentence. And likewise you can use девушка and здание. Девушка. Это красивая девушка. This is a beautiful girl. Это красивая девушка. Is this a beautiful girl? It is an interrogative. Да, это красивая девушка. Yes, this is a beautiful girl. Affirmative. And нет, это не красивая девушка. For example, it is in negation. So, according to their genders, and you have just seen that how we have used such examples to elaborate. The gender of a noun, as we have just discussed, it is always decided by its singular form ending. Russian singular nouns having a hard consonant at the end are of masculine gender. Nouns ending in a, ya or iya are normally of feminine gender, and nouns which are ending in o, ye and ea are of neuter gender. Dear learners, we have also discussed about the agreement between the adjectives of such nouns which are of masculine, feminine and neuter gender. The agreement between the adjective ending and noun ending is a very important aspect of Russian language. Whenever we have a noun of masculine gender, the adjective ending is y, i. Let me give you an example. The noun is stole and the adjective we are going to use is novi, which means new. Novi stole. Likewise, we have more such agreements in masculine gender. Let's learn Stary город, красивый дом, большой театр, голубой костюм, маленький зал, русский язык, последний день, синий карандаш. Here, with the help of adjectives, we are defining new such words and expressions. And according to the same fundamental rule, according to the gender of the noun, we are using the same adjectives in feminine gender as well. Please pay attention. Новая книга, старая рубашка, красная машина, большая аудитория, голубая бумага, маленькая статья, русская зима, последняя статья and синяя стена. Let's also learn such agreement between adjective and noun ending in neuter gender. Новое окно, старое слово, красное море, большое здание, голубое небо, маленькое пальто, русское село, последнее задание and синее окно. Here, if you pay attention to the ending of the adjectives, let's take the first example. Новый стол, новая книга, новое окно. Here the endings are changing according to the noun. In the first we have a masculine gender, that is why it is новый стол. In the second we have новая книга because книга is of feminine gender. Then in the third we have новое окно because окно is of neuter gender. So likewise in the entire list, if you pay attention to, all endings of these adjectives are changing according to the noun. Let's learn the meaning of these words and expressions. Новый стол, new table. Новая книга, new book. Новое окно, new window. Старый город, old city. Старая рубашка, old shirt. Старое слово, old word. Красный дом, red house. Красная машина, red car. Красное море, red sea. Большой театр, the big theater, as we have in Russia by the name Большой театр. But if you want to translate it, it would be the big theater. Большая аудитория, the big auditorium. Большое здание, big building. Голубой костюм, blue suit. Голубая бумага, blue paper. Голубое небо, blue sky. And accordingly we have маленький зал, small hall. Маленькая статья, small article. маленькое пальто, small coat, русский язык, Russian language, русская зима, Russian winter, русское село, Russian village, and последний день, the next day, последняя статья, next article, последнее задание, next task, and at the end we have синий карандаш, blue pencil, синяя стена, blue wall, and синее окно, blue window. Dear learners, here we have used plenty of such examples to elaborate the relationship between adjectives and nouns. Since we have also discussed in detail about the agreement between the ending of adjectives and nouns. That is why whenever we are making a sentence in Russian language, we must remember the gender of the noun. And according to this fundamental rule, we will be changing the ending of adjectives. Dear learners, please remember that the ending of masculine singular forms of adjectives is usually uy, I kratki, o, I kratki, and I kratki. That is, of feminine singular forms of adjectives is usually aya, yaya, and the endings of neutral singular form of adjectives are oye and ye. If we pay attention to the list which we previously done, such examples in masculine are uy I kratki, novi, o I kratki is большой, and I kratki is malinki. And likewise in feminine gender, for aya we have novaya, for yaya we have последняя, for neuter gender, for oye we have новое, for ye we have последнее, etc. Such are the endings of adjectives used in these three genders in Russian language. Let us revise that uy I kratki, o I kratki, and I kratki, they belong to the masculine gender. A and yaya, they belong to the feminine gender, and o and ye, they belong to the neuter gender. Dear learners, the gender and number of the noun determines the form of qualifying adjectives. That is, if the noun is of masculine singular, the qualifying adjective also takes the masculine singular form. It is the same in the case of feminine as well as in the neuter nouns. Before concluding these sessions, let us learn a few expressions. As we have done a few such expressions in Russian in the previous lessons, like здравствуйте, which is a formal hello, привет, which is an informal hello, меня зовут means my name is. For this we have question как вас зовут means what is your name. In reply to that we always say меня зовут. For asking somebody's name or her name, we say как его зовут, or if it is a female we will ask как ее зовут, and if it is a plural or many people you want to ask what is their name, you will say как их зовут. Let us revise this. Как вас зовут? Меня зовут Антон. Как его зовут? Его зовут Иван. Как ее зовут? Ее зовут Анна. Как их зовут? Их зовут Ashok и Marina. So likewise you can also make your own sentences and start conversing in Russian. Thank you.